Hey everyone, Kyle Ford here. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the highly anticipated Mastin Labs Kodak Everyday Film Pack. It's got Ektar 100, Gold 200, and Tri-X 400. Guys, I've been bugging Kirk for years to get a Tri-X pack out, and he's finally got the grain to where he wants it, and he's finally releasing it. I am so pumped to be able to match my digital shots with my favorite film that I shoot in my Leica. Let's jump into Lightroom and see what they look like. Alright guys, here we go. I've got 6 images here. I'm going to run through and show you what each one of them looks like in the 3 new presets for Mastin. Side note, if you haven't updated your Mastin Labs presets, he's updated them all for the new Lightroom updates and included some nice emojis and custom white balance that aren't quite the same as ones in Lightroom, but they tend to be a little better actually to capturing the color that film would be. So here we go, my friend John Shell from LA with his wonderful pet Olive. She is more famous than he is. Let's check out, let's see, the daylight color balance looks the best on this one, I think. Preview what Ektar looks like. He's done a great job of capturing the cool yet warm tones of Ektar. It's kind of an interesting film, but I think it's beautiful. It's really punching the colors, which is great for a lot of different landscape stuff. Skin tones can tend to be a little red in my opinion. You can see his shirt got real punchy, but it's not too bad here. I'm gonna maybe bring down the highlights a little bit and the shadows up a touch, and I think that looks pretty darn good. Here's the before and after. Gonna do this side by side. There we are. Pretty good looking. We'll go down to gold, 200, a little bit more muted and a little bit greener. I might mess with this a little bit, but it looks pretty dang good. There we go. That's how I would probably publish that. Well, not like that. Very grumpy. And then Tri-X 400 here, just a beautiful film. Like I said earlier, I run it in my Leica all the time. I would probably stick with the Ektar. I really like that look on this photo. Next image here is a couple during an elopement or a wedding and a sunrise first look actually. This was a very difficult lighting situation for me because the warm sunrise light really made their skin tones kind of orange, so I'm gonna lean towards Tri-X on this one, but set this as a daylight. Here's Ektar. See, like I said, very, very orange. And then gold, a little less orange, but still pretty orange. And then you get those green shadows as well. Something I like to do, maybe if we're gonna do this, I would come down here to the saturation, pick the saturation color picker, and then maybe just desaturate those colors. Just pull down where you've clicked, and then you can desaturate the skin tones or whatever color you've decided. So that's not too bad. Reset this really quick and we'll go into look at Tri-X. Yep, that's definitely what I would pick for this image. It's pretty great, and I think that's probably what I delivered was black and white with that super warm skin tone. Let's see, moving on here. This was at an actual elopement up in Washington. Set this to daylight. It looks a little blue, but I know the Ektar is a warm film, so it's gonna look great. Underexposed this shot a little bit, so I'm gonna bring up the exposure a little bit. And I think that looks pretty darn good. Maybe the shadows a touch. And I really like what we've done here. The fog blocked out a lot of the sun, so it's definitely gonna be not super white, so we can adjust that a little bit, but I like the flatness of the foggy image. Before, after, and a side by side. There we go. Pretty great. I really like that. I would probably deliver that. Looking at gold, I also really like gold on this image. It's hard to pick a bad preset for foggy days. And Tri-X 400, also really beautiful. Moving on, Jenna from St. Louis, set her to daylight. We were out on the Salt Flats. She helped me move down here to Salt Lake from Seattle. I think this was that first weekend I was here. So Ektar 100, really punchy on those colors. I might bring down the highlights a little bit just to stop them from blowing out. And I think that looks pretty dang good. A little before and after. Yeah, that's pretty nice. We'll take a look at what gold. A little more muted, but still very pretty. Very pretty. And Tri-X might be a little overexposed for that, but we can bring down that exposure, keep her separated off that background. Still very nice. Moving on here to a landscape photo, Canyonlands National Park. Now this is where Ektar is really going to shine. I'm gonna just set that to daylight and click Ektar 100, and it looks like a painting. I don't think I've even posted this image yet, which I'm crazy for not doing. This is amazing. I'm gonna hit all hard and give it a little more punch. Maybe bring down the highlights a little tad, but other than fixing my crooked horizon, this image is right there. This is amazing. A little look with gold. You got those, a little bit of green in the shadows, a little teal. I like that. Quite nice. I still prefer the Ektar with the red in all of the soil around here. And Tri-X looks pretty great. Might bring down the blacks a little, give it a little more punch, but otherwise also very nice. All right, and here we have a landscape from down in southern Utah, probably in Iron County, hence all of the red in the soil. Pick daylight there, come down to Ektar 100, select that, and I might select all soft, and I think that looks pretty nice. Might bring down the exposure just a touch. That's pretty good. I like that a lot. Maybe bring up the shadows a little bit. That looks really nice. Gold 200, also very nice. Brings down the reds a little bit, and I like to keep those, but otherwise that's a really nice tone as well. And here's your Tri-X 400. Beautiful black and white film, just traditional. And so there you go. There's a run through of all of those. I'm really excited for this pack and really excited for it to come out for everyone. All right, guys, I'm also going to be giving away one of these packs over on my Instagram, Kyle S. Ford, just like this up here on my nameplate. Kyle S. Ford on Instagram. Go ahead and give me a follow and tag someone who you think would enjoy this pack. I'm going to choose one of the comments at random, and I have to direct message you, so make sure you're following, and I will choose somebody on Friday the 13th, and the winner will be announced over on my Instagram on Friday the 13th. Look forward to seeing what you guys can make with this. Thanks so much. All right, guys, one more thing before I let you go. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be doing a ton more how-tos and reviews in the future. Also, the link to head over to Mastin Labs and find out more about how you can get your hands on this pack and when it's going to be released is in the description of the video. Thanks so much. See you next time.